video today. We're gonna be doing a Q&A video. Q&A. I had posted on my story, questions. I had questions written down from the last two times. So I was supposed to do a Q&A like 2 months ago. So it's a combination of questions. But let's jump straight into it. I'm probably gonna put the questions right here, like right here next to my head. But question number one is, what inspired you to start a YouTube channel? So the inspiration for me with my YouTube channel came a lot from watching content creators. So I started mine in 2019, or I started posting content in 2019. So I think the content creator who first initially had made me want to put out content was Ninja, Prime Fortnite. Ninja was one, TimTheTatman, PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, the Vanoss crew, just like guys like that I grew up watching. Definitely played a huge role in me wanting to start making my own content. But the biggest is probably Vanoss Gaming, because I used to watch their GTA videos, their Gmod videos. I used to watch all those videos when I was younger, and I was like, this is like really cool. So yeah, it's definitely probably Vanoss. Who are your favorite YouTubers or influencers? Right now, I think my favorite YouTuber is probably TimTheTatman. I've been watching Tim for years now, and I still find his videos entertaining. But if you're talking like my favorite YouTuber ever is PewDiePie. Close is Vanoss and Jacksepticeye, but PewDiePie is my favorite YouTuber ever. As far as influencers go, my favorite influencer, also Marcellus Howard is also arguably my favorite YouTuber ever. As far as influencers go, I don't really think I have a favorite influencer. Yeah, I don't really think I have a favorite influencer, but those are definitely my favorite YouTubers. What are your future plans or goals for your YouTube channel? So the eventual plan for this channel, I want this channel to grow to a point where it's like we have a whole community. That's the eventual goal, just to be able to be a safe place for people to just relax, a long day at work or a long day at school, just relax, come home, eat some snacks, watch YouTube, just to feel comfortable watching my videos. So that's the long-term goal for me. Can you share, next question, can you share a favorite memory or milestone from your YouTube journey? So when I was grinding YouTube heavy, I think my most memorable moment was hitting 100 subs. I remember when I was at my grandma's house. I made a video about it and everything. Like, it was the greatest feeling ever, because I felt like I was being rewarded for my hard work. So that's probably my favorite moment so far. Hopefully we're gonna have more moments to go through in the future too. Next question, what got you into gaming? Honestly, my cousin, when I was younger, he had an Xbox. I didn't have a gaming console until I was maybe 13, 12-ish, somewhere around then. So when I go to my grandma's house, my cousin had a Xbox 360, and we would play 2K12 and 11, Madden. We would play Call of Duty. He had Call of Duty, at GTA. So I was exposed to all these games early on, and that's what really got me into gaming. So then when I got my own Xbox, it was just kind of like, all right, like I get to play the game at home, or like take it to my grandma's house or whatever. And then I got my PlayStation, which took it to a whole nother leap, because that's when I first started to play with friends. And then got my Xbox Series X, and again that took it to a whole other level with the 120 FPS after being on 60 for years. And then now with a PC, it's kind of just like, this is an even greater step in my content and video gaming journey, now being on a PC. But yeah, that's what got me into gaming when I was younger. Next question, what's your favorite game of all time and why? Okay, so my favorite game ever is 007 GoldenEye. That is my favorite game. I used to play that game on Xbox, on my cousin's Xbox, and I cannot tell you the amount of times I have played that game fully through. I could probably go back and beat that game first try right now, and I haven't played the game in like 6 years. But I love that game because I love James Bond movies growing up. So being able to play the video game was amazing. Definitely my favorite game of all time. Probably the game I've played. If we're like story mode games and campaign games, that's definitely the game that I've played the most out of games like that. So 007 GoldenEye is my favorite game of all time. A close second is 2K17. I feel like 2K17 or 2K20, one or the other. Those are two of the best 2Ks in my opinion ever made. So those are like the two best answers. All right, next question. What's your opinion on gaming communities like Marvel Rivals or Fortnite or Overwatch with their fans, and how it impacts certain streamers? So I think I got asked this question because of what happened with Ninja recently with the Marvel Rivals retiring from Marvel Rivals. I think a community can make or break a game because I think there are a lot of toxic gaming communities out there. Marvel Rivals is one of them. There's no doubt about that. Overwatch is extremely toxic. Call of Duty is extremely toxic. Fortnite is getting toxic. So I think the community can make or break a game. Absolutely. Now, if we're talking about the Ninja thing, I was watching a video. I think it was his video or like a TikTok, something like that, of him talking about retiring from Marvel Rivals, and one of the TikToks was like, Ninja is becoming a victim of what made him popular, and now he's complaining about it. They're saying like he became popular for being toxic, and now he's upset at it. I don't think that's true at all. Personally, I watched Ninja for years, H1Z1 Ninja as well. Yeah, he could be toxic, but he became popular because he was really good at every game he played. Like, he was really good at Halo, he was really good at H1Z1. He was the GOAT of Fortnite for the first couple of seasons. So yeah, there was toxicness thrown into that, and also that was 10 years ago. Like, I don't know how old Ninja is. I don't know if he's like mid-30s, but like, who wants to deal with that when they don't have to? You know what I mean? Like, who wants to deal with that like every single day in their 30s? Like, no one wants to deal with that. And there are a lot of games that have communities like that. Marvel Rivals, I think, has probably the most toxic community in gaming right now. And I used to think it was Call of Duty fans, but it's definitely Marvel Rivals right now. Marvel Rivals has the most toxic community, and that community could end up becomes the downfall of that game. I love Marvel Rivals, but the community definitely could end up becoming the death of the game. Next question: what's your dream travel destination? I think my dream vacation or travel place. That's a great question. Probably Egypt. I really want to go to Egypt. I want to visit anywhere in Africa, but Egypt I've always had my eyes on because I want to go see the pyramids. So Egypt is probably my dream vacation or travel destination right now. Also on there, slowly but surely Japan has been creeping its way up. I used to never want to go to Japan, but now I'm like more and more I want to go to Japan, or Tokyo would be really nice. Switzerland, I would love to go to Switzerland, or like the Netherlands. There's so many places that I'd love to travel to, in all honesty. That is hard to just choose one, but those are the options that I can think of right now. And what is your favorite restaurant? My favorite restaurant is this place in there's a Brazilian steakhouse place in Philly that I cannot remember the name of it to save my life, but it's downtown. And is it Fogo de Chao? I think it's Fogo de Chao. Fogo de Chao. It's amazing. It's the type of restaurant where, again, it's a Brazilian steakhouse, so there isn't really a menu. They just serve you everything, and you have a card that you can flip over, and on one side it says yes please more, and the other side it says no more, no thank you. And that's how, when the server comes around, they dictate who wants the food and who doesn't. I think that's the best restaurant I've ever been to. I love always going there. The food is delicious. That's my favorite restaurant, Fogo de Chao. Next question: did you go to college? So I'm currently in college. I'm in my junior year. I'll be going back to college in August. I took a semester off for personal reasons. So, yeah, I'm currently enrolled in college. Do you have siblings? I do have siblings. I have a sister, and then I have siblings on my dad's side. I don't know how many exactly I have on my dad's side, but the only sibling that I grew up close with was my sister. So yeah, I have a lot of siblings. Next question: what is your favorite movie? Okay, my favorite movie. I'm gonna say Interstellar. I love Interstellar. I love Matthew McConaughey as an actor. I would say Interstellar, or A Pale Blue Eyes with Christian Bale. I love Christian Bale as well. Those are two actors that I'll always watch their movies. Philadelphia is another great movie with Denzel and Tom Hanks. That's a great movie. But my favorite ever is probably Interstellar, I'd have to say, in all honesty. All right. Next question: what sports did you or do you play? So growing up, I played basketball, football, and baseball mainly, but I did a lot of basketball. I still play basketball. It's the only sport I really still play. So I played those sports growing up, and then I played a lot more basketball than any other sport. I wish I'd have played a little bit more baseball because I love baseball, but basketball is my go-to sport right now, and it always has been for a long time. So yeah. Favorite Netflix show? House of Cards. I'm a government major in college, so anything political in the show is gonna catch my attention, and House of Cards caught my attention like quickly, and it kept it until the last season, which was horrible. But what year were you born? Or excuse me, next question: what year were you born? I was born in 2005. I just turned 20. So I'm a bit younger. Next question: if you could live anywhere, where would it be? Probably Houston. I'd love to go live in Houston, Texas. Just because I feel like there's a lot to do in Houston, and I just think it's a really dope city. It just seems like a really dope city. So I'd love to live in Houston. If we're talking about in the States, if we're talking out of the US, where would I live? Switzerland. I just said earlier how I'd love to visit there. I'd love to live in Switzerland. Absolutely. How tall? Next question. How tall am I? I am 6'2.5" without shoes on. So I'm gonna say I'm 6'3" with shoes on. I'm always gonna round up. So I'm 6'3". Next question: what's my favorite thing to do when I have free time? Play basketball, in all honesty. Like, hit up some friends, ask if they want to go play basketball. If not that, playing the game. Like, playing the game with friends is a big part of my free time, because it's like making content isn't my like career right now. So playing video games is definitely a big like free time activity for sure. Next question: who is my favorite actor? I just said this earlier about Matthew McConaughey and Christian Bale, but Denzel is also up there. Leonardo DiCaprio kills every role he's in. I love Will Smith as an actor. Al Pacino, one of the GOATs, obviously. But yeah, my favorite ever is either Denzel or Matthew McConaughey, if I had to be completely honest with you. Next question: what was your dream job as a kid? Honestly, as a kid, I really wanted to be a WWE wrestler. Like, I was heavy into WWE as a kid, so that was definitely my dream job. You couldn't have told me that I wasn't going to be a WWE superstar. You couldn't have told me that. So that was my dream job as a kid for sure. Next question: I see you're trying to become a fashion guy on your Instagram. What do you describe as your fashion sense? Now I'm a baggy guy. Like, I like baggy clothes. I like baggy sweats, baggy jeans. oversized tees, and stuff like that. Just like a early 2000s, late 90s look is really what I try to go for now. But yeah, that's just me though. Next question: do you prefer the city or the country? I think they both have their perks. So a lot of my family's from North Carolina, so we would go down there a lot to visit them. And being in the country has its perks. Definitely, it's quieter, it's more calm, but it's a further drive to everything else, like attraction wise. Whereas I was born and raised in the city, so it's definitely not as quiet or as peaceful, sure, but it's also easier to get to a lot of places. Like, if you want to go to the mall, it's 30 minutes away, taking transportation. You want to go to a restaurant, it's 20-25 minutes. Like, it's just easier to get around in the city. So I think I prefer a city a little bit more right now, but when I was younger I preferred the country just because it was more to do outside as a kid, like running around in the lawn. You don't really do that much in the city. Next question: what are your pet peeves? You ever been like taking a test, like the SATs or like any exam in a class, and someone's like tapping their pencil or pen on their desk? I hate that with a burning passion. It really it riles me up whenever it's happening and I'm taking a test. Because it always distracts me no matter what, and it's just annoying. So that's my biggest pet peeve for sure. People chewing with their mouths open is disgusting, and it is also probably one of, if not my biggest pet peeve. Please, I hate it. Just close your mouth when you chew, please. Next question: what was your first job? My first job was working at McDonald's. I started working there when I was 15. I worked there for about 7 months. That was my first job though. Got it the summer I turned 15. It wasn't horrible. I wouldn't go back unless I absolutely had to, but it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't good at the same time. So I was glad to have left when I did. Next question: what is your favorite holiday? Christmas. I feel like Christmas is everyone's favorite holiday. But yeah, it's always been my favorite holiday. Love it. Next question, last question too. What are your favorite values in friends? Honesty, loyalty, and just, genuineness. I mean, like, you don't have a true friend unless they're all three of those things. Unless like they can be honest with you, and they are honest with you. They're loyal to you, don't talk to you behind your back, don't treat you like garbage. And then just being a genuine person, like just being like their actual selves around you, or like, being genuine around you. I think that those are the three biggest traits in having a friend, like, in all honesty. Oh, it was not the last question. Yeah, I didn't scroll down. How did you come up with your channel name? So, Traitster, I'm gonna be honest, I just got it out of a random name generator. Like, there's no specialness behind it, in all honesty. Like, my YouTube channel's name has changed so much throughout having it. It's insane. But I put it, I opened a random name generator, random YouTube name generator, and the name Traitster came out, and I was like, that's got a, like, it sounds pretty nice. Like, I think I'll stick with that. So that's how I got this name. The other names are all just random. Next question: what kind of equipment do you use to film and edit your videos? So, as far as like my equipment to film and edit, I have a Razer Cairo camera. Wasn't too much money. I have a ring light right here that's mounted on a second monitor looking at me. That was about $20. The Razer Cairo was about $50, I want to say. I have a stand-up microphone that I got for about $55 off of Amazon. I have my PC. I have an NZXT Player One Prime PC. And then I just keyboard, a mouse. Oh, I have my headset. I just got this headset not too long ago. This is gonna become my main headset, I think. It's a really good headset. It's a one United Audio headset off of Amazon. It was like $40. Really good quality, really good sound on it too. Like the bass is really nice. So when I'm listening to music, I really like it. And then yeah, that's like, oh, as far as softwares go, I'll just show you guys. I use Streamlabs OBS for my software to record and stream. So I have my different scenes here. So this is what I use for streaming, but that's my chatting one, and this is like if I want to record without my face on my laptop. And then we're back to recording the recording scene. So that's what I use to record now. It used to be, before I got the PC, I would record on my laptop. I had Streamlabs on my laptop. I had a capture card to go from my Xbox to my laptop, and I record that way, but with the same peripherals. But it's much easier with the PC now than having to use the laptop and hook up a capture card. So it's way easier. It's a really good question, actually. Next question: how do you stay motivated and creative when brainstorming new video ideas? So I think now for me, what I do is I write down video ideas in advance. Like I'll go in on Sunday, go open a Google Doc, write down 10 video ideas that I can just knock out throughout the week. That's what I'm doing now. It's way easier than before, when I would just record randomly and just get whatever happens, or hope that something happens and just record it. So yeah, writing down and planning out the week content wise, it's been so much easier for me. Next question: how do you decide on topics for your videos and plan your content schedule? I mean, the topics for me are easy. I'm a gaming and reactions channel right now, so as far as planning the content schedule, it's usually 2 videos a week. Tuesdays and Thursdays is when I usually record and put out videos. I'm probably going to start doing one on Saturdays too, like a reaction video on Saturdays, reaction Saturdays. But yeah, I mean, that's all easy for me, being though I'm gaming and reaction videos on this channel. Next question: what advice would you give to someone who's just starting out on YouTube? I mean, I'm not established on YouTube, but if I had to give out advice to someone just now, like just starting today, be yourself, like be you, and don't get discouraged if a video doesn't get a lot of views or any views at all. Like there are gonna be times when you first start out where videos don't get views. Just don't be discouraged by that. Like just keep going. Like it's just a beginning rough step. Like once you get past that, like and once you can weather that, things are gonna get so much easier for you. All right, next question: what's your go-to comfort food or guilty pleasure snack? White cheddar popcorners, I think, are my go-to snack. I remember I first had them years ago, and I stopped eating them for years, and I picked it back up again. I was like, yeah, these are elite. So white cheddar popcorn is probably my go-to comfort snack for sure. Next question: what's one thing on your bucket list that you hope to accomplish someday? Learn the piano. I don't know how to play the piano, and I would love to learn how to play the piano. Strictly because I watched La La Land, and I want to be able to play the piano like Ryan Gosling did. Absolutely. That's the one. I mean, then obviously like become a successful content creator, you know, stuff like that is on the list too, but learn how to play a piano. Next question: what's your favorite season and why? Winter. I lied, fall. Fall is the best season of the year, and I hate that it's the shortest, but it's the best season of the year. No, I think spring is actually shorter, but fall is the best season. Those October, November days where it's like 60 degrees outside with a little breeze. The trees are all orange and red and all these beautiful colors. You know, everyone's drinking pumpkin spice latte. Like, that's the best season of the year. Best, like, I love it so much. Next question. Can you share any tips for teens who are interested in starting their own YouTube channels? Time manage. Like, time managing is always going to be key. You have to figure out, especially in high school, or you know, you have to figure out how to manage everything, because you don't want your grades to slip, and you want to be as consistent as possible. So, like, my advice, in all honesty, is record 2 days out the week, right? Saturday and Sunday, or you can record Friday and Saturday. You schedule your videos for the following week, like two videos a week, 3 videos a week, and you just schedule it. That way you still have time. Or if you get done your homework early, like on a weekday, like, you can record then. But you have to learn how to time manage. You absolutely have to. Last question. What are your goals for your gaming channel in the future? I just want to be able to, like, have a career playing video games, and, like, playing games I love and doing what I love. That's the goal. Like, that's the end goal. Like, to be able to just have a career off of playing video games. I mean, doing something that I've loved for like 15 years. I mean, like, that would be amazing. But again, I think I mentioned this earlier in the video. Just having a community, like, just having people be able to come to this channel, watch videos, have a laugh, and enjoy themselves. I mean, like, that, you can't ask for anything better, like, more than that. So those are my goals. But that's it for the Q&A. I appreciate the questions from you guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in. And this is it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, peace, YouTube. Love you guys.